the currency of real networking is not greed, but generosity. And it really sums it up. And I like to sort of say to my clients, networking is about what you can do for other people, not what they can do for you. Hi, and welcome to the Career Success Coach podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Makris. And today I want to talk to you about the importance of strategic networking. I'll go further into it, but it was sparked by a conversation I had with an executive a few days ago around her career. Her name's Jen, and she's a highly capable, accomplished executive. But she shared with me that her career had stalled. And she was frustrated that she wasn't being recognised anymore at work, but recently been overlooked for a promotion. And she really hadn't had any increase in her salary significantly in years. And this can actually happen to high performers. And here's why. Many people fall into the frustrated bucket, particularly high performers. They've often had really great success at work and early on in their careers. And they've progressed quickly up the corporate ladder via taps on the shoulder usually, and solid networks and mentors who've advocated for them along the way. In many cases, it's been years since they've had to go through a formal interview process or had to market themselves. So at a certain point in their career, they feel that their career starts stalling. And their once strong network has either moved on or retired. And the less experienced, yet politically savvy and digitally savvy are getting promoted ahead of them. If you feel like you sort of can relate to this, you might be starting to feel a bit invisible or frustrated as well. But it doesn't have to be like that. So if you want to keep progressing in your career and attract the better opportunities and future-proof your career, have a long, successful career after corporate, and safeguard against things like ageism and tough economic times, and obviously keep increasing your professional value, so your salary and what you can charge, then it's really important to stay relevant and be seen as a leader at work and in your industry. The strategy that I want to talk about today, which can help you in this, is to cultivate a strong network of advocates who can support you in reaching your goals. And one of the most powerful yet commonly avoided ways of doing this is through strategic networking. And a recent Harvard Review article discusses the 3 types of networks that every successful professional needs. So first of all, you've got your operational network. And most people are really great at building these networks because, we work with these people every day and they have the same goal as us of, getting the work done. So that's the operational side. And then you've got your personal networks, and we all have personal networks, and they're even more accessible, and it's informal, it's comfortable. You meet these people really easily. You've got shared interests and circumstances. It doesn't even feel like networking. But when it comes to strategic networking, I find that people fall into 3 groups. Those who completely avoid it like the plague, and those who are still relying on their old networks, even if their goals haven't changed, or those who embrace it and see the benefits. So what is strategic networking? How does it work? So strategic networks provide you with invaluable opportunities for professional growth, knowledge sharing, and access to new opportunities that ultimately boost your career. And what it involves is identifying, building, and maintaining professional relationships that are mutually beneficial. So establishing and nurturing these networks really does require intentional effort and a proactive mindset. And there's a quote that I love by Keith Ferrazzi, and he says, the currency of real networking is not greed, but generosity. And it really sums it up. And I like to sort of say to my clients, networking is about what you can do for other people, not what they can do for you. And so how do you start building those strategic networks? Well, before you begin, most importantly, and I often say this a lot, you really need to be clear on your goals, your professional goals, where you want to go in your career. And then once you're clear on that, so you've probably identified, industries, types of roles, types of networks. I want you to work through your existing network and start identifying the following. So who could you start building a stronger relationship with? Who can you reconnect with? There might be people that you used to work with a while ago, but you haven't been in contact with. So reconnect with them, reach out through LinkedIn or email, phone, and then think about, who do you want to get to know? Maybe those people could provide you with introductions, and start reaching out regularly to different people, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you start to build your strategic networks. And like I said earlier, having strong strategic networks can really help you in your career. And it's important that you know exactly what your goals are, but it's also important to know how to articulate the value that you bring in. And many people do networking without a strategic focus. So yes, it's strategic around who you need to know, but it's also strategic around what you discuss. And when I say that, I don't mean, I want a job. Do you have any jobs available? In fact, I would highly recommend never saying that. It's about asking them questions. So you really need to take the mode of, this is obviously if it's a new relationship, what's it like to work at your company? How did you get to where you are? What do you see as the industry issues? So really opening a dialogue with these people and being curious, and then thinking about how you can help them. And that's how you start building lasting relationships. And obviously having the consistency as well. There's no point in speaking to them and then never speaking to them again for another year. So this is about building mutually beneficial relationships that can stand the test of time. So I hope that's helped you if you are feeling frustrated in your career and you're looking for a strategy that you can start implementing straight away, then I highly recommend starting to review your networks. So as part of this podcast, in the downloads, you'll find a free 10 ways to build strategic networks. So download that and let me know how you go. I'd love to hear what you think. Please leave a review, subscribe to the podcast, and I will see you next time.